Hey guys, today I'm going to be comparing the Valk 3 Elite and the Dayan Tengyun V2M. So let's start with the packaging. Personally, I think that the white looks a little bit better, but nobody really cares. So let's take a look at what comes with the cube. With the Valk 3 Elite, you get two sets of springs with different strengths, and you also get two swappable sets of magnet caps, but it's not here because I don't know where it is actually. And then with the Dayan Tengyun V2, it comes with two screwdrivers, one Phillip and one flathead, and compression tool, and like extra cores and those kind of stuff, but you don't really need that. So let's get into the customization of these two cubes. Starting with the Valk 3 Elite, we can see that the Valk 3 Elite has extra swappable magnet caps. So the red here, you can see that there's red. Red is the strongest magnet strength, and it's also the strongest strength for the springs. So the red will make your cube a little bit slower, but also a lot more stable, while the green will make the cube a little bit more flexible and faster. There are also swappable magnet caps with instead of the red here, it's actually green. Those are supposed to be lighter magnets. I feel like how you can customize it is really good because you can change the magnet strength and you can change the spring strength. But I feel like it's really inconvenient because first of all, the center caps are really hard to take off, and I can't really like test the cube out without the centers on. So I have to take them all back out, put the magnet strength in, and then just turn it a bit. And then if I don't like it, I have to take all the caps out and then put them all back again. It's really annoying. The Dayan Tengyun V2 has really good customization, starting with the magnet system. There are actually three numbers that you should see. You probably can't because my camera is like a potato, but here, please, it's actually three. You can't see, but it's a 3, and 3 is the lightest strength. And then if I put the flathead into this, I don't know what it's called, this blue disc, then and there's like a little slot that it goes in, and then I can turn it like that, and then it'll click into place after it goes into a new number. And here is actually 1. 1 is the strongest strength. I personally like weaker magnets, so I'm going to move it back to 3. There you go. Next, we have the spring compression system. The outside is an octagon that's supposed to be the spring strength, and the inside is a hexagon, which is supposed to be the screw tightness. So personally, I don't really use the screw tightness because you can just use a screwdriver. But for the outside, the spring compression is actually pretty useful because I can change how tight or loose the cube feels, but it won't affect corner cutting or pops, which is really good. Right now, I am on 1.5, which I believe is the tightest, so that's what and I like a little bit stable cubes, so that's what I'm on right now. Now let's just check the corner cutting of these two cubes. The Valk 3 Elite, it can do 45 pretty easily, and then line to line here, it can do with some effort, and then after that, over here, it usually cannot cut, and then here it will start to reverse corner cut. So the Valk 3 Elite corner cutting isn't really the best, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. But just brief explanation, it's a really stable cube. Stable cubes generally have a worse corner cutting, so it's basically a trade-off that you have to make. The Dayan Tengyun V2, on the other hand, corner cutting is absolutely amazing. It's so nice. 45 is really effortless, and then line to line here, absolutely effortless. Even further, like here, again effortless, and then here is the place where it can't cut, like that, and then it will cut right after. So the corner cutting on the Dayan Tengyun V2 is really impressive. It's much better than the Valk 3 Elite. So now let's get into the most important part, which is the performance. So the Valk 3 Elite is a very stable cube. It doesn't flex that much, and therefore has doesn't really have the best corner cutting. So what you have to do is you have to turn really accurately. So this cube actually helped me turn a lot more accurately, so now I can use a lot more faster cubes. So that's a really good thing. The feel of this cube, I would say, is kind of crunchy and smooth at the same time. You can just listen to the sound here. It's also really quiet, which is a really good thing, but the pitch is pretty high, so I don't know if I like that. The Dayan Tengyun V2 performance is also pretty good. It is on the more flexible side, but you can always change the settings to make it a little bit tighter. I would say that you don't have to turn as accurately with the Dayan Tengyun as the Valk Elite, because the corner cutting is a little bit better. Even though it's really snappy, it still has a little bit more room for mistakes. So for the feel of the Dayan Tengyun V2, I would say the feel is really smooth, has a little bit of a papery feel, which isn't bad at all. A little bit of a dry feel, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It is very flexible. So overall, I have very positive thoughts on both of these two cubes. Neither of these two cubes are my absolute favorite, but the Valk 3 Elite was my main at one time, so I do have a little bit more. I'm a little bit more biased to it, but I also think that the Dayan Tengyun V2 is absolutely amazing because it is only $30, and the Valk 3 Elite is at least 40, I believe. So the price difference is pretty big. So I think that the Valk 3 Elite's main problem is that even though it's a really tight cube, I get a lot of corner twists for some reason, and I actually also got a pop. It might just be my cube, hopefully it isn't, but I think that the Valk 3 Elite will suit a really wide range of people because this cube, I feel like it's a really unique cube because it's really stable, and not a lot of cubes these days are stable. Cubes these days are more focused for corner cutting, such as the Dayan Tengyun V2, which has really good corner cutting. So overall, I would say that the winner is the Dayan Tengyun V2. I feel like the Valk 3 Elite is a little bit overrated because there's nothing that really stands out from the cube other than that it is really stable, but I feel like the Valk 3M, or like the original Valk 3M, is a little bit better in that aspect. And also the price is a little bit high, and the customization, I don't feel like it's that innovative. Like the idea of having centers, magnets in the centers is pretty cool, but I don't really think it's that much better. So yeah, that is it, guys. The winner is the Dayan Tengyun V2M. I hope you liked the video, and please make sure to subscribe. I also have a giveaway coming up at 100 subs, so make it happen soon.